Today on Game Life, we talk to the Donkey Kong dad himself, Mike Mika, about how he hacked a classic game for his daughter.
I did not know Donkey Kong had a dad.
That is not what I said.
Donkey Kong's dad!
So something very interesting happened to you recently to make you into America's sweetheart, the Donkey Kong
the father of America's
Move
sweetheart.
over Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, totally. So tell us what happened in your own words.
My daughter and I, we play a lot of games, and one of her favorite games is Donkey Kong and Mario in general. And I figured like starting with those games is a great, safe way to introduce someone as young as 3 to video games. So we're playing through Mario, and we played through Donkey Kong, and then I introduced her to Super Mario Bros. 2, which lets you pick from 4 different characters.
Of course.
And then she immediately gravitated to Princess Toadstool, which, you know, fine with me, and that's all she would want to play with. And so,
now, to be fair, I gravitated towards Princess Toadstool also, but, you know, that's neither here nor there.
She has my favorite skill in the game, which is the ability to kind of slowly drift down and that sort of thing.
Of
so
course.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I can get really far with this character. So she was really taken by that. And when we went back to Donkey Kong, she immediately, after that, playing for almost a week now, and the other one, she's like, I want to play as the girl. And I'm like, I don't know. I had to explain to her that this is before that other game, and you couldn't select the character. But it kind of stuck with me. And then later that night, I was sitting there going like, I should be able to solve this problem for her because this is what I do for a living.
I make games.
I make games. And when she asks for something that I should be able to do, I should be able to deliver.
Yeah, typically when a child asks a parent to do something completely impossible, it's like you have to explain to them, like, no, I mean, I know.
Daddy can't go into the game and change the graphics.
Right.
So I spent the rest of that night just hacking at the ROM, trying to figure out how to do it, and all the challenges that went along with that. And by morning, I had a working version.
Yeah.
But the difference here, probably from other things I've done, is I kept posting to Facebook my progress.
Yes.
And so as I was doing it, I would get little responses back going, hey, this is really awesome. Do you mind if I post it here or post it there? Do you mind if I tweet about it?
Yep.
And another friend of mine, he's like, do you mind if I post it to Reddit? And I'm like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Showed my daughter the next morning. She loved it. It was really fun.
She did not know that you had stayed up all night reanimating the girl character.
For all she knew, that was like, Dad finally figured it out. Like, you just select her from the main menu or something.
Right, yeah.
And so, she enjoyed that, and she prefers to play that version. Late that night, I started my phone just going off the hook, and hundreds of text messages, people saying like, your story, it's going big. At this point, it was like number 16 or something like that on Reddit, and climbing, and it just had exploded.
It had touched a nerve. You didn't expect it to, but it had really, resonated with people.
Yeah, and it was like this really simple act. I just wanted to do this for my daughter because she wanted this thing. But what I had not realized was this is coming on the tail end of a pretty big thing going on online, particularly the tropes versus video games.
Right.
Anita Sarkeesian, who was kind of posing the question of like, this is just an age-old thing that has not been shattered yet really in these games. And here's how old it is and that sort of thing.
They're just showing like, it's the guy rescuing the girl over and over and over again.
And having to be Donkey Kong was like her first real way
it
to show it off.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, it all came out of Donkey Kong.
But one thing that did kind of show is this expose that there is still issues with this. Do you alter a masterpiece like Donkey Kong? Is that right to do? Do you try to placate sexes in a game or whatever, and you have to have a male and female character in every game? And all these questions were coming up, and people were arguing and debating about this. The responses I was getting on YouTube and actually through Gmail and everything else, like I started to get everything from like, this is amazing to like, weird, like, veiled death threats to whatever. It's just unbelievable the amount of trolls that come out of the woodwork. Actually, you guys helped out. You helped out particularly in that. I was able to kind of reach out to everybody through an article, through Wired, in which I explained my intentions and what I actually did. That was kind of profound to me. I've been making games for almost 20 years. This thing I did really like turned it upside down for me.
And you got some serious, you're here on Game Life, obviously,
well,
which is,
this is a single,
this is it. Yeah. But on the ladder up to this, you appeared on such other lesser shows as, Good Morning America, I think.
Yeah. No, that was actually pretty exciting for my parents, right?
Of course.
Because they've been following me, but it's like, oh yeah, he's in those game magazines or whatever. But like my mom calling him, sitting there like, this nice lady from CNN called, I think you should call her back. And they're all excited about it. I realized like things I do and things I can be doing can have an effect on people, and ultimately a positive effect. The amount of positivity that came out of this and the letters I've received from it has been amazing. Hi, this is Mike Mika. I'm here with my friends on Game Life. Subscribe to the Wired channel.
Subscribe to Mike's channel. He has one.
Subscribe to the Wired channel.
Subscribe to everything.
Subscribe to the newspaper.